Again, I'm not perfect. I make mistakes, but, I put that away, and took accountability, resolved all those things years ago.
Portland City Commissioner Carmen Rubio owns up to a long list of parking and traffic violations amid new claims that she hit a parked car and walked away. And then
developers are one step closer to bringing a music venue to this empty lot on the Central East Side despite pushback from local artists. Coming up, we'll have more on the timeline and the controversy. Plus,
it's time for me to really realize my dream in art and being able to use it to help people.
Local Latino and Hispanic artists are getting ready for a major showcase this weekend. Hear more from them on why highlighting their culture through art is so important. Good morning, and thank you for joining us on your Friday here. I'm China Green alongside Chris McGinnis and the one Rodney Hill.
Yeah, so it's Friday. Maybe you have weekend plans. The weather looks great.
Does that mean you're mowing your lawn?
Grandpa Kim mows the lawn. I'm not sure what his plans are for the weekend. Chris, it's good exercise for my father-in-law. He likes going out and mowing the yard. I give him lemonade as soon as he's done. All right, Wells Fargo Tower camera. Broken cloudiness out there. You see a little patch of blue, so we're off to a good start. Completely dry. 55 degrees is the temperature out the door right now. This will turn out to be a mostly sunny day. 64 at noon, 72 the high. Should be mainly clear and really quite lovely for all of your Friday evening plans. Here's Chris.
September at its finest. All right, let's take you out to the roads right now. All green on the traffic map. The west side here, this is I-405 near Burnside. That's the southbound commute coming off the Fremont Bridge. Traffic is rolling along pretty smoothly there. I-84 near Grand Avenue looks good. The trip from Wilsonville getting busier, but so far no major freeway issues out there just yet. Big heads up for the weekend. Anyone heading to the coast know this. ODOT is planning a full closure of US 101 just north of Manzanita. You may recall that bridge situation that happened last month where part of the railing and the side of the road gave way. They're going to start repairs on that this weekend, and to do that, they are going to close 101 just north of Manzanita from 7 a.m. Saturday until 7 p.m. Sunday. China?
Thanks for that reminder, Chris. Our top story here at 5. Portland candidate for mayor and current city commissioner Carmen Rubio is once again under fire for her driving record. At first, she reportedly had 150 parking and traffic tickets and had her license suspended 6 times. And now she's accused of scraping a parked car and leaving the scene. KGW's Blair Best has more.
Here's what led up to all of this. It's less than 2 months until the November election. Portland City Commissioner and mayoral candidate Carmen Rubio is facing criticism for her poor driving record. Most recently, she was caught on camera last week, hitting a parked Tesla in this Southwest Portland parking lot. This dashcam video from the Tesla was sent to the Oregonian. It shows Rubio briefly looking back at the car before walking away. This comes after records obtained by the Oregonian show Rubio accrued 150 parking and traffic citations over 20 years before she was an elected official, and her license was suspended 6 times. The records also show her unpaid tickets were referred to a collection agency at least 100 times. We talked with her Thursday outside council chambers.
Look, I'm human and I make mistakes too, and so I'm just moving forward, taking accountability and moving forward.
Blair Best, KGW News.
And last night, the Street Trust Action Fund, which advocates for safer streets, came out saying that it can no longer endorse Rubio. In a statement on Instagram, it wrote in part, quote, "This is done with heavy hearts because we still believe her positions are the best in the race, but her driving has become a distraction, one which flies in the face of our values." And last week, a union that represents laborers and construction workers pulled its endorsement as well. A man is dead after police say he was shot in the Hazelwood neighborhood. According to police, shots were fired around 7:30 last night on the Max platform at 148th and East Burnside. Authorities say they've detained one person and are asking for witnesses to come forward. And a man has pleaded guilty to a gruesome attack last year at a Max station. Corin Kramer admitted to second-degree attempted assault and was sentenced yesterday to just over 3 years in prison. In January 2023, Kramer attacked a 78-year-old man at the Cleveland Max station in Gresham, repeatedly biting his face. The suspect told investigators he consumed drugs and thought the victim was a robot. TriMet has issued a lifetime ban. A Clark County man is being charged with first-degree murder after allegedly killing his sister in the home they shared. Deputies arrested 34-year-old Dwayne Robinson Wednesday night after getting called to his Orchards area home. Investigators say that a man went to check on his sister, 36-year-old Diane Robinson. That's when he says Dwayne told him that he'd stabbed and killed his sister. And while the Clark County Sheriff's Office has not publicly identified the woman killed, they're calling it a domestic violence murder. Meantime, neighbors say they are disturbed by the news.
Well, I'm glad that my kids aren't walking down to the local school anymore, and I certainly tend to be a little bit more nervous and watchful if I go out at night.
Robinson's attorney has requested a competency hearing, and the judge did not set a bail. Crime Stoppers is offering a $2,500 reward in the search for 3 stabbing suspects in Vancouver. Police say on the evening of August 2nd, the victim was walking his service dog near Y East Middle School when he was attacked by 3 teenagers. The victim was stabbed multiple times in the back, in the torso, and is still recovering from his injuries. So anyone with information should contact Crime Stoppers of Oregon. As we head into cold and flu season, the Oregon Health Authority wants families to know that vaccinations for COVID, RSV, and the flu are available. The OHA says that they have updated seasonal vaccines for COVID and the flu, which are recommended for people 6 months and older. There are also 2 different ones for RSV meant to protect infants and the elderly. Health experts say that every year there's a dramatic increase in the number of hospitalizations and deaths caused by respiratory viruses.
RSV is the most common cause of hospitalizations among infants in the United States, with up to 3% of infants under 6 months of age hospitalized each year. Most of these infants have no underlying medical conditions.
OHA says vaccinations are the best defense against getting sick, but improving ventilation, washing your hands, wearing a mask, and staying home when you're sick are also helpful. And this comes as a decades-long high of whooping cough cases across the country. New data published by the CDC yesterday shows that more than 14,000 cases of the virus this year, compared to just 3,400 last year. That's the highest since 2014. And we've seen spikes of cases in our area, too. Last weekend, Portland State canceled a football game because of an outbreak of whooping cough on the team. A new mural is brightening up the outside of Sept Elementary School in Portland's St. John's neighborhood. The mural highlights the various cultures of the neighborhood, along with landmarks like the St. John's Bridge.
I feel really good that I got to paint here with all my friends.
I hope that they have really fond memories of their friends and their community members and their teachers, and that they really remember Sitten as a school that brings the community together.
The project was in collaboration with local artist Kyle Holbrook, who recently got to paint 4 murals across Paris during the Olympics. Next week, the Oregon Zoo is celebrating Sea Otter Awareness Week. Guests can stop by the zoo's marine life area for otter-themed games and talk to zoo staff. And on Sunday, otter advocates will be there to talk about reintroducing sea otters in Oregon. Sea otters have been functionally extinct in Oregon for more than a century. But for more information, go to the Oregon Zoo's website. Now, not many people know this. I know Drew knows this. My husband knows this. I'm a little bit obsessed with otters. Like if you go to my Instagram For You page, it's otters, mostly otters. So
What do you think that says about you?
I don't know. I don't know what that says about me, but by golly, they make me happy.
Well, they are cute little dickens, aren't they? All right. We have a quiet day across really much of the country. Nothing overly organized in terms of big storm fronts. Some thunderstorms moving through Illinois into Indiana. We are completely dry here in Oregon and Washington, and for the most part down across the state of California. We'll be watching a couple weak systems pass well to our north where you see that cloud flow on the wider satellite picture. And those clouds could bring some rain later in the day to Seattle on Sunday. And probably that system on Sunday throws some cloudiness down our direction as well. But other than that, all systems are go. We expect a mostly sunny Friday to develop, and we expect a lot of sunshine tomorrow as well. Here's Lincoln City. This is early this morning. You can see that's just a blue sky awaiting the rising sun from Chinook Winds Casino Resort. So that looks gorgeous. Temperatures are generally 40s and 50s here in the valley. And we have Partly cloudy skies. There's a nice view lit up from the Wells Fargo Tower. 55 is the number out at the airport. Elsewhere, Forest Grove now in the 40s, Sherwood 48, Battleground 49, Gresham's at 57. Good morning to you folks. Over in McMinnville, it's 49, and Salem, good morning. Marion County, 55 is your temperature out the door. The weather map at 5 o'clock. Everybody generally mostly sunny, 60s at the coast, and inland areas generally around 70 to slightly warmer. West winds in the gorge 10 to 20. Most areas will see light winds today. 73 in Portland. A couple degrees cooler than yesterday. We hit 75 yesterday. 77 tomorrow. Maybe some early fog, otherwise sunny. Partly sunny to increasing cloudiness on Sunday. Fall begins early in the morning, 76. And then what really stands out, sunny and 86 on Tuesday, a shower threat the back half of Wednesday into Thursday morning of next week. That's your update.